Honorable speakers and presidents, thank you for this opportunity to share with you the key findings from our latest climate report. Where are we now? It is unequivocal that human activities are causing climate change. Our best estimate is that all of the observed warming, now reaching 1.1 degrees Celsius in the last decade compared to the late 19th century, is caused by emissions from human activities, with greenhouse gas warming partly masked by cooling from pollution particles. Recent changes that we see in the climate are widespread, rapid and intensifying, and unprecedented in thousands of years or more. The rise of sea level is accelerating. Human-induced climate change is already affecting every region on Earth in multiple ways, strengthening the frequency and intensity of extreme events such as heat waves, heavy precipitation, droughts, or fire weather. What are our possible climate futures? The changes we experience will increase with further warming. Global surface temperature will continue to rise until at least the mid-century. Global warming of 1.5 by the next 20 years and 2 degrees by the mid-century will be exceeded unless deep reductions in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions occur in the coming decades. Many changes in the climate system become larger in direct relation to increasing global warming. They include increases in the intensity and frequency of hot extremes, heavy precipitation, droughts in some regions like the Mediterranean, the proportion of intense tropical cyclones, reductions in Arctic sea ice, snow cover, and permafrost. A warmer climate will intensify the water cycle and its variability, including very wet and very dry weather events, seasons, with implications for flooding and drought. Many changes due to past and future greenhouse gas emissions are irreversible on timescales of centuries to millennia, especially changes in the deep ocean, ice sheets, and sea level. It is certain that global sea level will continue to rise, but the rate and magnitude of rise over this and the next centuries will increase with more emissions. Our report provides a wealth of knowledge in terms of climate information for risk assessments and regional adaptation for Europe and for all other world regions. With further global warming, every region will increasingly experience concurrent and multiple changes in what we call climatic impact drivers, physical changes, trends, extremes, values above known tolerance thresholds. And these changes will be more widespread and pronounced with every fraction of additional global warming. We cannot rule out low likelihood outcomes such as ice sheet collapse or abrupt ocean circulation changes. This is part of risk assessments, and the probability of such outcomes increases with higher levels of warming. From a physical science perspective, what is needed to limit future climate change? Future warming depends on future emissions, and every ton of CO2 adds to global warming. Limiting human warming to a specific level requires limiting cumulative emissions of CO2, reaching at least net zero CO2 emissions, along with strong reductions in emissions of other greenhouse gases. In particular, strong, rapid, and sustained reductions in methane emissions would also limit the warming effect resulting from less aerosol pollution and would contribute to improve air quality. The good news are that reduced greenhouse gas emissions lead within years to discernible effects on atmospheric composition and air quality compared to high greenhouse gas emission scenarios. The effects for trends in global surface temperature would be seen within around 20 years. While there's no going back for some changes in the climate system, they can be slowed and others could be stopped by limiting global warming. The climate we experience in the future depends on your decisions now. Please read our report, use our interactive atlas, our regional fact sheets, and please use this knowledge to inform your decisions. Thank you.